Folks, welcome in for Trainwreck today, and we are hot out of an action-filled weekend. We had the Madness coming to downtown Buffalo. We had some exciting matchups there. We had the Banditos with a borderline miraculous comeback on Saturday night, and the Sabres find a way to get 3 out of 4 in California. Here we come. Let's go.
We all need a place where we can be ourselves, somewhere you can leave all your worries on the shelf, and whether you win or lose, you can count on me, and I can count on you. You know the train never stops. This train never stops. You know the train never stops. This train never stops. You know the train never stops. This train never stops. You know the train never stops. You know the train never stops.
Welcome in, you beautiful people, whether you are in the car, whether you're in the cubicle, whether you're hanging at home. Thank you for inviting us in here on Trainwreck today, number 85. Dare I say, Kevin Everett edition? All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Landed.
Let's go.
Landed. That's
Let's
85.
go.
Listen,
Never forget.
We got Slick Al on my left. We got producer Don on the ones and twos. We got producer Rachel in the saddle, ready for some madness. And that's exactly what we had this past weekend, boys. We had the madness in Buffalo. We had madness in San Jose as the Banditos completed a crazy comeback. But we would be remiss to be talking, to be discussing, to be flapping our gums about anything but these Buffalo hockey Sabres. Sabres on warfare. Sabres on warfare. Sabres on warfare.
I think we love it. There. Love it.
People might be like, after a loss, are you serious? 7 of 8 on the road trip.
Yeah.
A 2-goal comeback in the third period to show.
Road trips are hot for the Sabres.
Road trips are hot. So, overarching thought on the weekends, like before we get into both games real quick.
Well, the weekend was great. Obviously, you and I enjoyed some more March Madness. We'll get into 2 Sabres games. Can never complain about that for the weekend. Sabres After Dark would have been. However, you get the 4 p.m. puck drop Saturday.
In LA.
Yeah, in LA. And then Sunday, you get 8 p.m. Not too shabby. So, was able to enjoy both and have a great weekend.
Yeah, mine was great. Saturday was busy at a matinee gig, 1 to 4, ended just in time to get to Bob's.
There you go.
Haley
Bob's
was behind the bar. Hopefully, I didn't just dox my lady, but yeah.
I hope if I don't dox my lady on the live stream.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's out there. Actually, a lot of people were texting me. They saw her on the news for St. Patrick's Day because apparently Bob's was on the news. But yeah, so perfect gap. Was able to watch the first 2 periods in like 5 minutes of the third. Then had to rush off to Buffalo's Best Bar and Grill to play a gig. Haven't been there since Kitten Bowl 2025.
BBG down in the OP for sure.
Yeah.
Sounds like quite the weekend.
Listen to the rest of the third of that Kings game. And I mean, watch the highlights later. Great Saturday.
Absolutely a great Saturday. And then obviously finish it up with Sunday Fun Day, I'm sure. I know you're over at 1407 Niagara for a bit. I got a bunch of sleep, got up on it, and plain and simple, great weekend. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Spent some time at IQ yesterday hanging out with the crew. And then enjoyed last night's game as well as the madness of it all.
Yeah, as well as TSE Buffalo Buddies Second Chance Rescue Adoption event on Saturday featuring Reed Ferguson. Get
great
into
time.
That a little bit more
William
too.
J. Buffalo showing up. A lot of great crew, a lot of dogs getting adopted dogs. Applications for adoptions getting filled out, and that's what it means, keeping the wheel moving there. But keeping the wheel moving, that's exactly what the Buffalo Hockey Sabres were doing out on the West Coast. We had some crew that went to the game. Shout out Vinny, Chad, and Brad out there as well. Anton, I believe, as well, our guy from game day. But you get 2 points against the LA Kings on Saturday. Sunday, I mean, you talk about a wild game last night. That was worth your price of admission and more for sure. Slick, what's your takeaway of the 3 out of 4 points over the weekend?
Obviously, the Kings game was great. Good to come away with 2 points on the early back-to-back of it all. And then last night, pretty skates in the mud, first 2 periods. But even, never had a doubt that we were still in the game. It was funny. It felt like Sabres Twitter, who, by the way, making a run in the Buffalo bracket as we speak, were all on the same consensus that the 2-goal lead didn't really concern them. Everyone knows 2-goal lead, worst lead in hockey these days.
Worst lead in hockey.
And it proved to be so. Just couldn't finish in the end. Just happy to come away ultimately with a point out of that night.
Yeah, when we were looking ahead at the Sabres schedule, if you remember, I said I got this Ducks game circled because I'm like, this team plays a lot like the Sabres. Very young, very fast, all about kind of cycling through the neutral zone.
You were alluding to this one on Friday.
Yeah, and even before when we were talking about the West Coast trip, what we'd be happy with. I've had this game circled for a while. They are kind of the same story. I don't think a lot of people saw the Ducks having this level of success where they're first in their division this year. But yeah.
Was it crazy? Am I crazy that, from a distance, did the Ducks do some addition by subtraction as often happens in sports with the Zegras of it all?
Yeah, I mean, Zegras he went to Philly, right?
Still
and he's
playing well,
but yeah, they drafted well. They're a young team. I think they're the coach of the Ducks. I forget his name. He's up there with Lindy for coach of the year for the Jack Adams.
That seems like he should be based on expectation for sure.
Yeah, but I thought that was really the biggest struggle. Maybe it was the back-to-back, but we were just facing a team that was faster than us. Also, I have to say, it felt like every time we looked good and started gain some momentum, we're in the box.
Yeah.
And then they score. I thought, they're 3 for 4.
I did want to say, I think the biggest takeaway as well is our special teams we got crushed
yesterday.
Both on the power play and penalty kill. The first penalty kill we had, the first goal they gave up, Anaheim's power play basically just dissected us immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, 4 goals in the first 2 periods there. They were annihilating us on the power play for sure. It was crazy. Like you said, Don, I don't know if it was their speed. I don't know if it was the back-to-back. I don't know if it was the end of the jet lag setting in or whatever. I've never seen so many, easy entries, breakaway opportunities. That felt drought-like, honestly, a couple of, those stretches. We were even, I believe it was, we scored to make it 4-3. And then I think we allowed 2 breakaways after that, literally right after. And then we could have easily been in 5-3. We weren't. And then we get obviously the run up to 5-4. It's just hard to be disappointed with that game. That game really, if you want any more sign that it really is 05, 06, that game was cut right from the 05, 06 cloth. Like a crazy, up and down game where, maybe they didn't get it done, but it was still a crazy game that you enjoyed watching. It kind of
had sprinkles of 22 though, too, where you go down early.
23, yeah. 22, 23.
Yeah, 22, 23. Make all the way come back, look great, and then somehow find a way to lose. Given we still got the point here. And by the way, the score doesn't reflect Alex Lyon's performance at all, I don't think. I thought he had a pretty good game, especially, like you said, the odd man rushes, the breakaways with the amount there was of those. Sure, there was some maybe shouldn't have let in, but what did you think of Alex Lyon, Don?
I thought I think it was the second goal I didn't really love. It looked like he tried to stab out with his catching glove and just kind of missed it. Now, it was on the power play, and he was moving side to side. And then there was just a couple of moments where he kind of made me look like a dumbass because my biggest point about him is how much better he controls rebounds than UPL. And, man, he was really kicking out some juicy ones. So there's that, but then again, shows up big, makes up stops on a number of breakaways. Yeah, but I was overall happy with him. I think, if anything, for Sabres fans, we came back down 2, so we're fortunate to get a point, but it just kind of makes it bittersweet. When they tie it up late, it's because of just a tough penalty. Tuck kind of just tries to slow a guy down, trips him up. And honestly, up till then, we were just pucking our zone, getting out. We were gritting it out in the neutral zone. And then as soon as he takes it, it's oh man, the last 5 minutes have been
That was why that
totally
penalty
us.
was so weird. It wasn't because typically we'll score and then they'll have some pushback or whatever. We had all the momentum in the world at that point. We had been skating right into their zone, dumping it deep, getting it deep, not really having too much pressure or anything. And then they had the puck around center ice. I think it was, or coming out of the zone or whatever, and that penalty happened, I believe, right?
Yeah, Tuck kind of.
I thought I saw the guy come from out of the screen when he fell into the. It was a very weird situation with the penalty. Definitely a penalty though. I was picking on McLeod, who I know, by the way, Tuck and McLeod are, all-star penalty killers. The proof is in the pudding, but McLeod tried to, kind of poke at the guy at the blue line, and he was able to just keep it in, and then McLeod's a half second late getting back to the guy. Yeah, it's bittersweet. You're up 5-4, 6-5, 5-4 after all that, with just a couple minutes left. You definitely want to find a way to get the 2 points, but still an entertaining game. Craziness. Yeah. Overtime of it all. I don't hate too much. I thought they were a little too aggressive, but I don't know if they were out of gas and they were if anything in overtime, it looked like that was really the fatigue setting in more than anything.
Yeah, I thought honestly, they had a chance and we kind of twice we stole the puck back. And then again, it just kind of hurts because honestly, it wasn't just overtime. I thought Tage really didn't have a good game. Like the puck was jumping over his stick. It looked like his stick was made of rubber. He just couldn't handle the puck at times. And then that giveaway to give up the breakaway in overtime. You hear it on the broadcast. He's even like, Tuck has to make a play here, and he won't. And like literally on the broadcast, they said something like that. And it goes down to the other end. Scores. I don't think I've ever seen a goalie skate out of the net faster than mine. I feel like he was real heated about
he's
that.
He's so ready to get back to Buffalo.
Again, because we had like a 2-on-1 going in. Tage mishandles it. Is just, I mean, that's 3-on-3 hockey, you know.
You know who was the best at that? Look up some Tim Thomas highlights. There was someone the shootout. The shooter would be below the goal line after like scoring on him, and he would still be already skating out. It was insane. But exactly like you said, he skated out very quickly. Very much a classic game. Penalties definitely took a little bit of the momentum there. Owen Power, though. I hate to say it, an L for the Sabres, a massive W game for the Owen Power supporters, which has been rare to come by lately.
Yeah. I mean, he's red hot. Now, I will say the goal he scored, you know, kind of had eyes. I think it like tipped off 2 people and then went off the post and in, if I'm thinking about yesterday's. But then he scored against LA too, right? Yeah. That one was a good goal, I think. It was. And you know what? I did see in front of the net him kind of mix it up, and then a guy do the classic, grabbed him by the collar with the and kind of tried to turn around. I'm like, okay, he's starting to get under some people's skin in front of the net. Like, and
if he can draw penalties in front of the crease, by all means. I've been eating my words ever since Gatesy called me out, or we had the discussion.
I think Owen Power's playing great, and all the trade acquisitions at this point are moving in the right direction. Logan Stanley's playing decently. Shen hasn't seen the ice again, but that's a situation. What about
Carrick?
Carrick is basically like Jaromir Jagr. Like, I don't know what the deal is. Like, this guy's battling for pucks. Someone said it seems like, you know, you like put a hyena on meth when like you put like the line of Malenstein, Carrick, and Krebs out there.
Yeah,
like, you got 3 of them, and like I think you just unleash them.
Yeah, no, I love that line. I was saying, like, I'm a huge Malenstein guy, like, and then having Carrick out there, it's just really like bringing them together, like in the physical play, the hustle, like, because none of them are like on the surface level super talented. Now, we found out Malenstein has wheels when he set that record.
That was absolutely crazy. But yeah, and Carrick's just scoring goals at a insane rate. It just seems like they're playing that complementary hockey.
It's so funny too, because like your fourth line, sometimes your bruisers, if they're less talented than the rest, these guys are not they're not really huge dudes. They're scrappy like bruisers, and they're more talented than some though in the past on those fourth lines. So it's really fun to watch for sure.
Very fun to watch indeed. So we have a little bit of the break. Complimentary, like me of you all the time. We have a little bit of a break here for our Buffalo Hockey Sabres. They'll be back in action against Boston on Wednesday night. Boston has like the longest odds for the Eastern Conference right now out of all the teams that do, because Boston is in the playoff picture, but Boston's about 30 or 40.
Something you love to see.
Gotta win this game. Gotta come back off the break. You get a little rest. There's gonna be a little jet lag for sure, but come off the break and come out strong with a performance against Boston. Get those 2 points on Wednesday night and keep off to the races. Historically, one of the best stretches in history for this team. So obviously, it's been enjoying for fans. We have another fan who enjoyed. Don, can we pull this up?
Oh yeah, I got it.
I mean, when I saw this, I mean, at first I read it wrong. At first, I thought someone hit a 125 to 1 odds wager, and it turns out it was actually 1,250 to 1.
Oh my god!
For 4 goal scorers. Don, can you see the goal scorers there?
Yeah. So we got here. Let's pull it up. Josh Stone, Jack Quinn, Zach Benson, Owen Power, all with pretty long odds.
Yeah.
Now I had my own little parlay. It was Tuck, Zucker, Tage, and Tuck got one like 2-3 minutes in.
Quick.
So I was sitting pretty. I was, the cash out button was looking juicy, and then what, you throwing it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But damn, $2 to win.
$2 to win
2,500 is
insane.
crazy.
I thought Gatesy hit a great goal scorer parlay last night.
He did. What was he? 96-1.
Yes.
Owen Power and Quinn.
Oh, I didn't even see.
Yeah.
Gatesy hit OP and Quinn for $1 to win 97 for sure. No shadow on that. Listen, no unit shaming in this household for sure. But
at all.
Yeah, listen, I gotta get tips from that lady. She goes, I put a couple bucks in her. I put a 20 in. She did the funniest caption too.
Also, while we're on the subject of gambling,
I want to stay on it forever.
Yeah, I took Sabres when they were down 2 at 8 to 1.
You're feeling good. You were feeling great.
I was feeling great.
Oh man!
Before they tied it up, and
you and many others. I'm sure.
Yeah. Thought about him. I cashed out. Said, "Hey, scared money don't make money," and then
scared money don't make.
Should have been more scared, I guess.
Sometimes you got to be scared for sure, but I don't think there was any reason to be scared. Like
Sports City vibes were popping.
They were playing so easily.
Mike was pouring shots on the bar for everybody. A little special. It was popping out there.
Oh,
it was like this Sunday night at 10 o'clock.
Sure.
I don't know how tomorrow's going to go. So
I like this question because they went and got 3 out of 4 points. They showed some resiliency, which we always do. We showed they can come back from 2 goals in the third period, which we know from the Tampa Bay game as well. But did this weekend change any opinion you had on the Buffalo Hockey Sabres?
You start us off.
No. I think, it was a long road trip, and the fatigue showed at the very end of it, and that was about it. I think you made a great point, Don. Like, Anaheim's like a good young team like us that can skate fast and move the puck well. And the overtime, normally that's where we would thrive and take advantage of teams as well. But it just caught up with us, the long road trip. Nothing changed, in my opinion, about the Buffalo Hockey Sabres. I think the fatigue was there with the goaltending as well. Lyon played a good game, but like Don said, was giving up rebounds he normally wouldn't, and some goals even as well. So my opinion is not changing. I'm still all in on this warpath.
My opinion has changed. And the fact that I'm even more confident we're going to finish first in the Eastern Conference.
Wow. Lightning lost in OT as well yesterday.
Lightning, and they tied it up late. I had my eyes on that game. If they lost in regulation, that would have been huge. Hurricanes kind of smacked the Penguins around.
Can't stop.
I was watching that game. The Penguins, I don't think, got their first shot on net until like 3 minutes left in the first period. They just got smacked around so bad. But despite that, we're only 1 point behind, and we have 1 game on hand. And the reason why I'm even more confident is, honestly, I got to give our guy Gates. You keep talking about it, the number 1 proponent of the Owen Power fan club. I think I'm all in. I think I'm after seeing the offensive play, he's really turned it on, and then I saw glimpses of the physicality that we've been missing. So I mean.
You say.
If we can get that guy really playing to the level I want in the playoffs, specifically physically, I might have to get a jersey. We'll see.
What do you got?
I love that from you, Don, as well.
That face said something.
All right, no. So we have no way.
Has your opinion changed?
Yeah. Well, you guys know what my opinion's always been. And that's been that I don't believe.
You can't get it done.
He's still not in. I went to the 8-7 game. I've been at the arena. I've seen the arena's back. The arena's back for sure. The fan base is back for sure. I mean, I need to see everybody just playing their best. I need everyone, and you know who is doing that right now is Owen Power. But I need everybody.
I agree.
But in a game like last night, as we also said, we need Tage. We need Tage to be playing his best. We can't have Tage go missing in a game 6. We can't have Tage go missing in a must-win at home, okay? And that's what's about to come in the schedule. So until that changes, my opinion will not change, and I am still doubting these Buffalo Hockey Sabres.
It is reassuring to see Tuck come right
back
on
the bulletin board
and still have a positive impact.
I agree, for sure.
He can't disappear either, though.
Those are our two knights in shining armor, for sure. Yep. And then you have your wild cards, your Quinns, especially your Carricks, the way he's playing right now. Okay, like when the Washington Capitals win in 2019 and they get 10 goals during the run from Devontae Smith-Pelly or whoever it was. You know what I mean? Like who's going to be that guy for the Buffalo Sabres? Like, is it Carrick? Like, is it Quinn going nuclear for 11?
I'm trying to remember. think it was 99, but like second in Sabres points was like Václav Varada.
Yeah, Varada. Shout out 25.
But you're thinking Pekka, Shattan, Stu Barnes, maybe. No, Václav Varada.
No, Varada. Double V getting it done. Triple V, actually.
Yeah.
Seeing victory. Victory, real quick. Can we pull up the Sense the Beer Sabre statistics? Shout out the user that pointed this out on social. Aaron 23, I believe it is.
Yep, at 23 Sabres.
But bottom line, I mean, you want to talk about scary good. Some very impressive numbers. Don, can you run those through us from Sense the Beer Sabres inception? Shout out Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. We got Sabres are 37, 11, and 2. Have scored the most goals. I was impressed by that. Didn't know that. Best points percentage, points per game, I'm assuming, percentage. Zach Metza has been on the ice for 0 goals against. Is that accurate?
How can that even be real? How can that even be real?
If he finishes,
he's just in the plus since December 9th, or what was it? What was the date of the launch? November 21st. Okay.
If he finishes the season, should I do regular season and the P word? Yeah. If he finishes with no goals against, I will buy a Zach Metza jersey.
And then, beyond that,
you have to walk around on stilts as tall as Zach Metza.
Is he that tall?
Yeah, he's like 6'6".
Really?
No, he's like 6'4". Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. But that would be making funny.
If anyone got stilts,
but just some amazing numbers.
Or tandem bicycle, by the way.
The hockey side of things. So no reason to fret over spilt milk in that loss last night, unless you're Don's 8-1, in which case I do feel bad about that.
That's
honestly.
Okay. Right.
I would be hot under the collar if it was me. But folks, it's time for Who's Hot and Who's Not, sponsored by our friends at Salino Plumbing, HVAC, and Electric. Shout out everybody tuning in. Trainwreck Sports, herd of Buffaloes are rocking and rolling. My hot, unfortunately, because this is putting a damper on the weekend, all the major college programs in the tourney, all the favorites.
Down goes Florida.
Basically, Florida gets got, essentially, but, for the most part, it was like favorite central. I mean, were there 2 or 3 days where all the favorites won? Out of the 4? I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and then, you're talking about major schools, High Point, kind of runs its mouth and then gets smacked around.
No mid-majors?
Yeah.
No mid-majors in the second round?
Nope.
So that's tough. So obviously NIL money is talking in this tourney. The last 2 years, the data has shown that those stronger programs are just making it further. So if you want to make it far in March, you got to spend. Yeah, I have to say on the subject, we were talking tournament preview, right? And we all agreed, like, this is going to be a very chalky tournament. Yeah. What do I do? I bet all fucking underdogs. Yeah, especially once the favorites are going. You're like, I'm an underdog. You're like, you're not going to go that much. Like, and then it's the classic catching the falling knife. It's like, all right, at some time things got to change. I just kept grabbing it and slicing my hand open. Right on the blade. Yeah.
I got inside word that a number 1 seed, the 6th, I'm not going to disclose which one. The 6th man makes $700,000 a year. Yeah. Money talks. How many 1 seeds are left now? 3?
All 3.
Arizona,
Duke,
Michigan.
Yep. Those are the 3 ones. Florida was the other one.
Yep. Florida last
Also,
time.
we have Zach Metza height. Fact check.
Who's got it? Gatesy?
Yeah, he says he's listed at 5'9".
I was going to say it, dude. He's not tall at all. He's a unit. I don't know if he's tall.
5'9"?
He defends. Yeah, he's a brick house. He's a brick house.
Yeah, see, Gatesy says, and that's why
he was massive.
That's why he's a dog, dude.
All right, shout out Metza. Fuck.
We got Rottweilers.
I guess he just plays like he's 6'4". I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just didn't want to wear stilts, to be honest.
Hey, that's why we have a crew, making sure we get everything out.
Team effort. Right. Each other accountable for sure. Not is the sky in Buffalo. The weather hasn't been terrible last week. There's been some relatively warm days, but man, it's been gray. Sky in Buffalo.
Yeah, yesterday it was like dark as hell at 2 p.m.
Yesterday the lights never went on.
I felt like I didn't want to get out of bed because I felt like I should be getting back in if I did.
Most definitely a not day.
Yeah. Dreary.
Yes.
Well, on the other side of things, I was thinking about this before the show. I was trying to figure it out. It wasn't that hard to think about. Banditos down late in the fourth, 7-4, come all the way back. Who ties it up? Dane Smith.
The dog.
Ties it up. Sends to OT. Potentially on 20 minutes of sleep.
On 20 minutes of sleep, confirmed.
Confirmed. And then we go to OT, just 4 minutes in. Dane crosses this guy out of his socks. And that's another one. Banditos win their fifth in a row? Fourth in a row. Fourth in a row. So Dane Smith, hotter than ever, and a new dad. So congrats, Dane and the Banditos. This one was really easy. Flag football, as we know, NFLers got destroyed by the flag footballers, and Tom Brady was talking sweet about a lot of whether it's streamers that do athletic things, WWE superstars, specifically Logan Paul. There was a lot of back and forth between the two. Tom Brady kind of ended up eating his words. Logan Paul kind of showed out in that game a little bit. After goes up to Tom Brady. Tom Brady says, "You did good." Logan Paul says, "No, Tom, I did great." Say it.
Pretty good line.
Yeah.
Pretty good line.
So, Tom Brady, if I ever had another reason to give you not hot, I will always do it. And I just did again.
Yeah, I tuned in, saw Brady complete a pass to Diggs for a touchdown, and then I just turned it off.
Yep, that's a good cue.
I don't want to see that.
All right, so my hot, and if you're following me on Twitter, you kind of saw this. Hate to plug myself, but I'm going to do it. Street hockey is back with the Utes. Yeah, so listen, neighbors' kids. I always see them playing basketball at early on a Saturday and stuff. See them playing soccer, kicking it against the garage. And what happens? Go outside, see a brand new crisp hockey net. The Sabres fever is taking over the city. It's taken over. Now, we talk a lot about 05-06. For that whole playoff run, I would go over to my friend's house. We'd play as our pregame, eat pizza, eat wings, have our soda pops, and then just play street hockey for 2-3 hours, and then watch the game.
It was just bliss.
And because it was spring, by the time it got to second round Eastern Conference Finals, we were then playing at intermissions too, just outside. He had a kind of like a basketball court. This kid had money, and we'd play hockey there. It was awesome. So seeing that back really warms my heart. But what doesn't warm my heart is, I hate to be this guy. But listen, what made this 8-1 loss even worse is on top of that, I go to Sports City. I've been relaxing on the couch all day Sunday. Go out, window smash. I have probably $15,000, $20,000 worth of music gear in that. They don't take anything, but they do take $2 to $4 in quarters.
Change.
Change. And then the craziest part is I go, and they didn't even unlock the door from the inside. They just smashed the window and reached in their body and ran away. Worst thief ever, but even worse than the thief is the thievery out and wide open that is car insurance companies. What the fuck is going on?
You tell me.
I'm paying, I got the top of the line. Comprehensive insurance covers everything. I'm paying what, $2,500 a year for this? Because it's like $200 plus a month. Now, times that, I've had this car for 5 years. How much have I given these people? Over 10 grand?
Yeah.
And they say, hey, guess what? To replace your window, you still got to pay $400. I haven't covered this in the 5-6 years of why are any of us paying this money?
Oh, insurance. But insurance is the ultimate, you pay for something and they take it in a millisecond, but the second you need to use it as a service, it's like, wait, hold on now.
It's a total. And the deductible, they tried claiming one window was like $1,000 fix. So they're like, we saved you $700. You still got to pay the $300.
That's like at the furniture stores when they're like, this set is typically like $5,900, but you're getting it for $3,500. What a steal!
Yeah,
it's like, whoa, I'm still paying $4,000.
I'm pretty sure we're one of the few countries that you have to be required to have insurance to be on the road.
Well, I'm fine with paying it, but then pay for my shit when it breaks.
Yes,
when someone throws a brick through my window.
It needs to equal C.
Like you're gonna rake me for 400 more. I give you, like I said, I've given you fucking 10 plus grand. That doesn't cover the cost of this. This was very close to being a crash out segment because I gotta relax.
It could be borderline.
Honestly, the temperature's turning up. I'm starting to sweat. I'm crashing out right now. Yeah, but fuck you, our insurance companies. You're a joke.
Damn.
All righty. Well, that was hot. That was hot or not there. It will be, Don was hot. Don was hot about that knot. I'll just be honest. Hot about March and the dance being in Buffalo. Slick, we were fortunate, courtesy of our friends at the Canisius Athletic Department. Matt right now, a huge shout out to him for getting us in the press access, some St. Louis Billikens insider info. Great experience overall.
Yeah, it really was surreal. Walking those hallways with some of the best college basketball programs in the country, getting hyped for their first games of the tourney, walking right by us, media access that we've never really had a chance to have in the KeyBank Center, and then able to roam throughout the arena, visit some friends up in the suite level as well. So overall, great weekend. Great.
Friends in the hundreds, friends in the 200s, friends in the suites, friends down low.
There were a lot of people that showed out in Buffalo for the NCAA tournament and coming back. So really cool to see. And we got some great games too.
Absolutely. We got some great times, some great South Florida, Louisville, and many more for sure. Great time in Buffalo. Not great time for Don and I's horses.
No.
Gonzaga, Kansas, both second round exits. Your Houston moves on. This is great, though. This is the ball don't lie of the punishment universe, because I am hearing a rumor that we'll have a gym and we'll have something on deck for this week before the things get very sweet on Thursday. And let's face it, you owe a ball and a gym punishment, right? So let's just merge these all in one, and it's literally a ball don't lie situation, Don.
Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. And
so
I guess
at this point, is it a competition then?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe it'll be a challenge. We'll see.
The ball definitely won't be lying if I'm shooting.
Maybe everybody has to. You have to stay in the gym until you get it done.
That's what I'm saying. The first one, no, you're
in until you get it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like you're not bad. You've seen me play basketball. I'm pretty atrocious.
Yeah, Don and I did have a morning hoop session in Charlotte during the Bills season.
Yeah, I was bad. I could only hit threes pretty much.
Yeah.
Could we go 12 for 12 as a group, like that guy from BYU?
I think we could go 12 for 12 as a group. When you first proposed it, when I heard 12 for 12 and I thought it was individual, I was like, oh, we're going to be there days.
Do we get one mulligan?
No.
Okay.
I think we can do it.
Got to make 12 in a row.
Do we have to go like simultaneously?
However, we can do any order. We could have UB TJ Oshie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we have UB TJ Oshie for sure.
Well, I got to start training for this.
I think sub 3 hours.
48 hours, bud.
Speaking of which, did you see? Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Did you see how Kansas lost?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, by the way, I thought they were dead. They were down like 12 or something, and then to come back and tie it. Did you see?
Yes, I saw.
Did you see specifically? So the guy that didn't make a shot all game calls his own number to coach.
Did you see the video of Patino telling the story?
Yeah.
He's like, guy hasn't hit a shot all game. He comes to me in the huddle. He goes, run power for me.
Yeah. He's like, I kind of paced around and thought about it. I'm like, all right, guy lost the ball in his hands.
By the way, did you see Rick Pitino say like the stupidest joke ever in the post-game presser when that guy was answering questions?
No, what did he do?
Someone asked him, is this your first buzzer beater? And he said, well, yeah, in college. And Rick Pitino chimes in from the back of the media room and goes, what, did you hit one in the NBA? And he's like, Coach, I played basketball my whole life in school. Like, I've hit a buzzer beater before outside of college. Just so ridiculous.
Tough luck for the Patino. But yeah, St. John's on to this next round. I guess it's St. John's, Duke, Michigan State, someone. There's a crazy Final Four location.
Iowa?
Yeah, it's someone ridiculous.
I'm kind of eating my words in Nebraska, too. They got a nice path.
Nebraska, I mean, it's going to be very exciting. So exciting start to the tournament. We'll see if favorites can continue.
Bama's in it.
Bama for sure.
Nate Oates heard the comments
and those dogs. We should have known to just take Nate Oates.
Yeah, Nate Oates is a dog.
I was shocked how bad they smacked around Texas Tech.
Yeah, me too.
I think I had the over. I don't think it hit because it was just such a
ridiculously high over too. So
that's why you take it.
Yeah.
They don't want you to take them when it's that high. Saturday, great event with our friends at TSC Buffalo. Billy Buffalo, Reed Ferguson stopping by. Great time with the Poochies select.
Yeah, lots of dogs up for adoption. I know some applications were being filled out, including the Ferguson daughters were trying to get like a third dog.
They were making a push.
They were making a push. Saw some dogs going home with some families, some new furry friends. Obviously, TSC memorabilia, great autograph signing by Reed Ferguson. We were joined by our guy Luke Herman Media to join us.
Uncle Luke.
I even took a long snap from the longest tenured Bill himself.
Took two.
What first, Don? You want to?
Yeah, we got
clip?
Video of it. Let's pull it up.
Live from the medical.
Let's go back so people can see.
This is a bit over the head here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let me get a mulligan on that.
I'm booting this one in my catch ball. Clean.
So. Oh my God, that is coming zipping in there.
Oh my! And then you punt it into the street.
Punt it into a full parking lot.
Well, I made sure to turn where there's no cars, but you can hear me on the tape. I said if I catch this clean, I'm booting it.
Absolutely special.
Yeah.
It's a great experience at TSC. Make your memories, memorabilia, and more at our friends at TSC Buffalo. We've been kind of alluding to it. I assume, you guys were preoccupied on the Saturday night of all things when the Banditos were completing this comeback in San Diego.
They had it on at the bar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, so you were watching those versions.
I was ripping darts and tuned in.
I honestly cannot say. I mean, they were down 4-2 at half. And then they were down 8-4 after, like a bunch of it. Or I think it was 8-4.
7-4 maybe. It could have been 8-4, but
it just felt like they couldn't score. And like 5 to 6 minutes left. Yeah. It felt like they had no chance of scoring.
No,
they just couldn't score.
They hadn't scored in ages.
This was a pure will victory. Like they were not more skilled than the San Diego Seals. Now Banditos find themselves back up in the top 3 of championship odds. They had gotten to like 11-1 around when they were struggling there, but now they're back at 4 or 5-1 depending on where you look at it.
Yeah,
so
who thought we'd be here after 3 straight losses?
Who else but us?
Yeah, I mean,
why not us?
Some people lost faith. A lot of people are saying that's why Cup and Char Pepperoni. Number 16 seed beat the 1 seed Bandits 3-peat in the Buffalo bracket. So I hope, don't lose faith. You can never lose faith.
For sure.
When you got Dane and Josh,
you're the co-commissioner of the Buffalo bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Any surprises? We obviously were on more platforms this year. So we might be seeing some other. We had a interesting one in the totally Buffalo sphere because of the multi-platform, you said?
Yeah, so first I'll recap. Yeah, biggest upset so far, Cup and Char Pepperoni by far. Everything else, it's pretty chalky as well. We did have a 12/5 in Loganberry beating out St. Patrick's Day. I will say, so here, before we talk about totally Buffalo, I'll also say we have more. We have about 6 more happening today, 6 more Tuesday, 6 more Wednesday. But thus far in 2 days of completion, the biggest blowout win was Dion Dawkins over Seneca One Tower. 2/15 with 86% of the vote.
Wow.
Everything else has been kind of closer. Now, the biggest comeback is totally Buffalo because on X, they only got 22 votes to 137.
Deuce.
On Insta, they got 56 votes up against 132 for Canal Side. Now, again, I'm tallying them up. I always do Facebook last. Right now, I'm like, I'm gonna call it. It's over. Canal Side blew them out. Totally Buffalo gets 685 votes on Facebook to Canal Side's 31. And folks, for what it's worth, 685 votes on Facebook alone is more than total votes in like I'd say 1/3 of some of these. Wow. So they got more votes on Facebook than anything. So
producer Rachel hitting the air horns for good reason over there.
Yeah,
I like
deserving it. And I love shouting them out because, again, we got their shirts, got their merch, we give their store a shout. So they deserve it. They deserve it.
Shout out our friends at TBS and shout out the Buffalo Bracket as it rolls along. Make sure you're supporting your favorite entities, personas, companies, etc. in the Buffalo Bracket as we roll down. What do we got in the comment there? Josh Byrne, 8-point game.
1 goal, 7 assists.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was all happened. Listen, the Banditos needed it all on Saturday night.
His scoring might not be there with Dane's this year, but
Dane had a hat trick to win. Yeah, for sure. So they're still finding a way to get it done by will or by skill, for sure. A fun note here, depending on who you are. Did you see M&T Bank, Delaware North? They're starting to go back to the offices, basically full time.
Yep, I did. Yes. I think they were only in 3 days a week, and they said we're going back to 4 or 5. Or
I thought it was only some people that were.
I thought it was basically most of the companies. So I don't know. It was in the Buffalo News. Very exciting because there'll be an influx of people to downtown Buffalo. Things like Seneca One Tower, things like Buffalo Bison's events. They're going to get some more foot traffic for sure.
Yeah, Revelous is probably shaking in his boots right now.
Revelous is how can we convert this and show people the awesomeness that is downtown Buffalo.
For sure.
That's absolutely what it's all about. So it'll be interesting to see. Again, I'm not a 5-day-a-week cubicle 8-hour person. And I would never claim to be. So
I thought you were.
No. Strike me as a absolute not. I would go home, just like Audie Crooks went home after a 37-point outing. Are you kidding me? Yeah. But my coach Jack says we're gonna game plan. They had our person opposing Crooks lived on the free throw line on offense, jump shots all day. Dominated. There was some great film on that breakdown. Great game plan by Coach Jack and Cuse.
Yeah, I mean, getting a lot of comparisons to Shaq because she's a big center that's real great down low. But all I gotta say is Shaq doesn't play defense like that.
Yeah.
Tough look. Looking like a statue on a couple of those, my girl. Real sad.
Not ideal.
And we're all part of the fan club, by the way. We're not ragging on her.
We're AC fans.
Yeah,
for sure.
But hey, ball don't lie.
But was Shaq expected to become what Shaq eventually was in the NBA? Yes.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think he exceeded expectations.
I mean, because the big Aristotle, he had to.
For sure. And could she be looking at?
Yeah, I think Audie Crooks has a lot of room for improvement. I think she will.
Top
sure.
2.
I hope so. Will be interesting to see where Audie Crooks goes. Interesting to see. I turned it on this weekend. I'm like, the Fanatics flag football event is going on.
Yeah, cool.
Team USA waxing that ass.
Big time.
Wax. Now, part of it was that it seemed like the NFL stars weren't savvy on a couple of the niches of the game. Like the Team USA team kept throwing backwards laterals behind the line of scrimmage, and that created a 2 QB situation. And it seemed like the NFL team wasn't really ready for that. But, I mean, there was a point with the Tom Brady and, Jalen Hurts squad where they're like, wow, they're down 30. Okay, how much time do they have left to come back? And they were talking to the flag football expert, and they're like, well, if they were down 30 at this point in the game, it would have ended because that's the mercy rule. Oh, and they're like, oh, no, the NFL boys got mercied?
Yeah.
Dude, but I will say, these flag football guys are not joking around. You see some of these dodge moves that they were pulling?
For sure.
Some of the evasive maneuvers with the way they would go all the way to the ground, when they were running.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's all about knocking the flags ripped off.
Von Miller an absolute liability in the middle of that defense, though.
What else is new?
Yeah.
I just I just kept having intrusive thoughts watching it where I'm like, at what point does one of these NFL players just get sick of it and just light somebody up when they try to spin around? Take the flag off while he's on the ground.
I'm trying to remember it, but do you remember the one quarterback for the flag football team saying he was better than Mahomes?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I remember.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. This kind of shifted my opinion on the overall situation. If you take the hitting and the physicality,
it's a completely different game.
It is a completely different game for sure. But they were waxing that ass of the NFL squad.
It kind of reminded me of
It was cool on Fanatics to put this together at the end of the day.
Oh, for sure. It reminded me of when the USA squad kind of got owned in 3v3 in the Olympics.
Yes.
A totally different game that people play like that. That's their lives as opposed to what you're playing on a season basis. So
speaking of the USA basketball, the Lakers, 9 straight wins. Kennard with the game winner. Did you see this clip?
I didn't see the game winner, but I saw that LeBron knew it was going to happen.
This was one of those, if I can be respectful, where like it happened a lot on the LeBron Heat too. Like they ran like Reeves, whoever it was, they ran Doncic to one, they ran LeBron to one, and everyone went to those guys. And Kennard is just like wide open at like the top of the key. So obviously in the NBA, you got to throw it to the wide open guy versus like smothered. He gets it, he hits it. Of course, LeBron not only knew it, but in the celebration, like LeBron, of course, gets the most like up front and like face like chest to chest hug with him, like which is ridiculous. Can you imagine a full LeBron after a full NBA game squeezing you to his
It's
bod?
like when we hugged Megabyte Ronnie after his NCAA title win.
Sure.
They knew it was cash.
That anniversary is coming up, by the way. Almost the 4-year anniversary.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Let's celebrate that. Alcaraz loses as like a minus 1,200 against Corda.
What?
Yeah. And MJ can't stop losing.
Yeah. Tyler Reddick gets yet another NASCAR victory. I mean, I kind of feel bad that MJ's getting the whole rub. I mean, it's kind of like his comeback tour after everyone is like, oh, he's scratching a little boy's ass. Like, they're like, oh, no, he wasn't. And actually, his team is winning 4 straight NASCAR races. But Tyler Reddick, shout out to him, man. Like, well, I didn't know that name in NASCAR for the longest time. And regardless of being on Jordan's team, he's out here getting all that prize money.
And I took that personally.
Seriously, most definitely took that personally. I mean, he might just never lose again, and he's going to cite that one damn camera angle.
Well, I think that, kind of settles things in the LeBron Jordan debate. How many victories does LeBron have?
How many NASCAR cups does LeBron have?
How many? Some people were asking last week, how many Oscars does LeBron B. James have? None.
LeBron B. James.
Oh my God!
People were asking
Stop.
it. No, I'm not going to stop because the people aren't. And that's why we're rolling along here on Trainwreck Sports. Herd of Buffalo. Thank you very much for following along here on Trainwreck today. As we're rolling along, we're heading to our little bit of a grand finale here with the show. But first, boys, it is time for the forecast, sponsored by our friends at William Mattar Law Offices. So real quick for this forecast and Power of 4, we're highlighting the 4 craziest moments out of the weekend. Maybe get in the chat on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch with your thoughts. But a couple nominees, and then we can go around the horn here. But obviously, you have the Iowa upset of Florida. Did you see that final play? Or that final ending?
Yeah, no,
Iowa was kind of down a little bit. And
that right out of the timeout, that was a perfectly drawn up play.
Perfectly drawn up play. Did you see that Florida was trying to foul? They said up 2 with Iowa in the bonus.
No, I didn't see that.
I mean,
that's kind of.
Well, so the coach is like.
I kind of get that.
He's like, you said worst case scenario is we go to OT. They literally said versus what happened.
Yeah,
and you might have a couple.
Because I was wondering why they're pressing up so much. Because then they broke the press and they kind of had a quick opportunity for a 3.
You might have even had a couple seconds too off if they did tie it up to go back.
Yeah, I like that because you limit them to 2, and then you get the ball back potentially with the second or 2 for your own buzzer beater, or you can go to OT. And I think they like their chances better with an additional 5 minutes on the floor.
Yeah, stretch the game for sure. Definitely has a better team. And then you have Kentucky, Santa Clara. We're sitting in, the casino. Bang! Half court, tie ball game off the backboard, which would be another one they'd be looking at trying to do later that weekend. But
which was supposedly followed by the 3 to put Santa Clara up 3.
Yeah, for sure.
And wasn't Santa Clara's
2.4 left
coach trying to get a timeout?
And if you remember before that, so with 20 seconds to go, Kentucky was down 2. They drove to tie it with 10 seconds left.
Yep.
Santa Clara brought it up, hit a 3 with 2.6 seconds left or whatever. And then, the Santa Clara coach was trying to get a timeout. The only thing is, it's just like when you look at the replay, it's just so tough. You see, he wasn't out of bounds, lingering for a second. He literally stepped out of bounds and threw it in rec league style almost.
Did you see the ref too when he calls the basket good? How hyped he was!
Oh, dude, there's nobody
because he goes he first three and then it's good and then does the
double hop into the.
So
you're right. He did the three and then he did a double crow hop into the bang. Dude, these refs love making it about themselves. It's crazy.
I did look it up.
See that in like high school referees.
I did look it up because a couple people were like, "Why is this ref celebrating it?" And that move is basket's good. It's like it's a three and it's good at time. I didn't know that. When I first saw it, I thought he was just face flipping because he got more basketball to ref.
It's like that ref in that we took a video of where he's doing completed catch, but he's actually hitting the break it down.
I'm gonna get called a basketball casual for that, but listen, I am.
South Florida, Louisville was getting kind of crazy when it was done. It was 66-44. South Florida was dead in the water, and then Louisville just, I don't know. They just could not like stopped playing slick, but like they just kept letting them off the hook. A little turnover here and there. 35 for South Florida, just ripping the ball away from every Louisville player he saw.
Big dry spell from Louisville.
But yeah, like Don, we saw they got it down to like what 4? They got it down to 3 maybe at one point,
4,
like from 22 points, like a crazy comeback for sure. That was definitely a crazy moment. And then you had St. John's over Kansas, the moment we were talking about with the buzzer beater layup there from the player who hadn't made one all game. That's unbelievable. Yeah. Any moments in the chat people are chiming in with for the forecast for the Kansas tournament? What else were your guys' favorite moments?
I think for the Kentucky Santa Clara, just because of the whole scene of it all and us in the bar area with our good friends, Don Brown, Terrell. By the way, on the topic of USF, Brian Hodgson
to Providence.
Friars fans happy. Bulls fans, are the horns down? Oh, shit. We essentially saw him say his last goodbye.
He was looking out. He was looking out from the tunnel. We saw that after the game, Don. He came back out. Like, he didn't make a big scene of it, but the other game was going on, and you could see him in the tunnel just kind of like basking it all, looking at it all,
taking it all in. Thanks.
Yeah, I guess for favorite moment, this isn't so much on the court, but we got
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
that was great. The memes around him were great. I appreciated that we got another great Mick Cronin presser where the joke I'm saying is every time he says, "Come on, man, take a shot," and you take a shot of booze, and you might be dead by the end of a press conference from him. Did you see when people?
He's tough. He's just very tough. They were saying like the Dan Hurley versus Cronin was basically like the asshole off. Like
they asked him about that. They asked him about that, and like before the game, they're like, "What do you think? Like some of these people, you and Dan have intense personalities," and he was just like, kind of belittled the journalist again. It was like, what do you think? We're like, we were trying to win the game. We're intense. Like, come on, man. What are you doing? Come on, man. Classic Mick Cronin. I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him in the tournament. I wanted more of him. But
fuck him. Dude.
Some more of him would have been a little bit better, but there's a reason we're getting less.
He was the new kid on the block in the Dan Hurley school. I'm sick of Dan Hurley. I want Mick Cronin.
I don't want Hurley. I want Cronin.
Yeah.
For sure. But yes. Any other moments highlighted?
It's just there were a lot for us.
Plus 3.5.
The 3.5 was wild. Probably my least favorite moment was not hammering Louisville 3.5 after watching them chant that coming out of the locker room. So great weekend though. And I'm sure more madness to come on the horizon.
So, I mean, obviously, we're not going to show it on this show, even though we want to.
So, you saw that there is video proof this happened.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. So this guy did tweet out that he was gonna.
We can show the tweet
that where he says up his butt.
We can show the tweet where he says
it. If the Iowa Hawkeyes won yesterday, I mean, they're only 8-point dogs.
Yeah, I don't know when he tweeted this.
And this is only a round of 32.
Don, can you pull the tweet up? Just like
this is actually even more interesting because I thought when I first read this that the guy was a cocky Florida fan.
I did too,
but no, he's in Iowa. He's an Iowa Hawkeye insane.
No, he was doing this for the love of the game. Yeah. He was putting the team first.
It's almost like he want. So I also said to Don, because he tagged the burrito company.
Why does it always end up being a burrito that they want to like do it with?
Oh, this is common?
Soft enough
this has been said before.
Oh, that's crazy.
There was the one guy that said he would eat poop that deleted his account.
Didn't he do it?
No, he deleted his account.
This guy, though, I was saying to Don before the show, tagging the burrito company is wild. Like they don't want that plug.
They don't want that plug on the burrito company.
They don't want it at all.
Yeah.
Well, I guess maybe they do want it now though.
So and by the way,
4 million views.
Yeah, shout out Potato Gobbler in the comments.
Also, by the way, Ass Pipeline. Like, did you really need that part?
Burrito up my ass pipeline. Like, dude, what other up my ass like line is there?
We wouldn't mistake it for anything else.
No, the other ass line. You're not going to put up that one.
Seriously, but yes, folks, I unfortunately was scarred with inquiring if he did fulfill his promise. He did. There's video proof. It's not actually NSFW, but it's not like something you want to watch. So if you do, by all means, go.
So it's NSFW, but it's NSFL.
Yeah, I guess.
Essentially.
Yeah, if you want to see, by all means, go to that guy's profile.
We'll pass on that.
I'm talking to viewers. I couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe it.
He does. Can I just say, to prove it's there, he does a side profile, and you just see the burrito.
This looks like I watched it. It was terrible. I've never seen him giggle so much.
He was cracking up before the show about it. I have no interest in seeing this, unfortunately.
No, I was giggling at someone else, but you know.
Yeah. Not the burrito or maxing this guy's ass pipeline.
No, he's frame
mogged. Wait, no, did the burrito frame mog his ass pipeline?
The guy frame mogged his burrito, to be honest.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. So that was you sent that clip from the Rockets commentary. That was tough. That was tough. I mean, he knew it was tough when he said it.
Jester gooning.
I
don't know if you know what these words mean.
Well, the frame maxing, I think he knew. Like, I think he just got ahead of himself when the frame maxing kind of hit with his fellow commentator.
That makes sense. That was a good shout out.
That made kind of sense.
I don't think he knows.
This generation is so fucked that they compartmentalize like basically the act of masturbation to like one word. Like
that's
one syllable.
Well, that's what I don't think this guy knows what gooning means.
Definitely not.
No, dude, he got a slight pop from the frame maxing with his buddy, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna keep going," and then he just definitely doesn't know the jester gooning part of it all.
He heat checked too much with the jester gooning.
The heat check was it was an air ball.
Heat check was an absolute. Oh, all right, that's fine. Okay, no, that's no problem. Oh shoot! Lost a little bit of the rundown. No big deal here. Stand by, folks.
Got rundown mugged.
Yeah, my rundown just got frame mugged by Slick. Can we pull this up though? Last but not least, in the neighborhood, we got to make sure everyone's staying safe. We got a gambling ring which has been stopped in Amherst. This is massive.
Senior citizens.
Yeah. So this is big because we can't have.
Why'd they dox them
Because we can't have the Amherst senior citizens putting too much cards. Someone said, and this is pretty funny, but like someone's like inheritance must have been getting fucked with, and they definitely narked. So I'm like, who narks on this? Who narks on this?
Yeah.
Someone's grandson.
All I know is my grandma, she used to like their game to gamble on was bridge. She would take I don't even know how to play it, but she would take people to the cleaners on bridge at her senior home. So I could see it. Like, you lose to the same person enough and you're like, enough's enough. I'm narking on this. I'm getting my money back.
Shout out your grandma, honestly.
It wasn't her. She wasn't involved. She's dead. So
no, she did. And the IRS.
There's no way.
Do you think like one of the nursing home employees was playing as the house?
Definitely. I think there could have been an Uncle Junior Sopranos like season 6 situation going on.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, where someone's like, they're getting credited. They're getting credited.
Credits or
wait, what do they say? 50 meatballs or
50? No. That's the box of ziti when they're at the that's
50 boxes of ziti.
But then when they're at the nursing home, it's like 2 packs of raisin or 2 boxes of Raisinets or whatever. It's like the candy that they're playing with. Like, but it showed how Uncle June had like kind of deteriorated from the previous boxes of ziti level for sure. But yeah, I'm glad we're stopping all this crime in Amherst because we need to make sure Amherst remains clean.
Congrats, Amherst Police Department.
If you're gonna gamble, do it legally. Do it legally, Grandpa.
You did it. With that said, I'm sure the old folk, these seniors, are crashing out about their no longer venue to gambling. Let's check in with our friends at the Trainwreck Sports Crash Outline real quick, winding down Trainwreck today, sponsored by William Matar Law Offices. I know we had some crazy crash out with Sarah Sivian last week. Don, do we have anything on the line this weekend? We had Bandits win. We had some Sabres 3 out of 4. I wouldn't expect too much for the craziness.
I'll check the line real quick if we had any last minute ones before the show. Let's see. Where doesn't look like we got anything. I think I might have. Oh, we have a missed call. Sometimes people get confused, folks. This isn't a live line. You got to leave a message or send a text. Then we'll put you on air. Honestly, I might have filled our cup over crashing out with the insurance thing.
I agree.
And
I think you fulfilled our quota.
I'm exhausted.
Well, huge shout out to you for putting in those numbers for us. But if you want to come crash out on our line, dial in to our friends here at 716-226-6263 for the Trainwreck Sports Crash Outline, brought to you again by our friends at William Matar Law Offices. That's a wrap on the weekend recap and everything. Getting ready. We got a couple of days here. There hasn't been more than 2 days without a Sabres game in, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
So this is the first time we're getting a couple of days off,
like a
couple times to catch our breath.
Yeah.
But then this weekend will be coming up fast. You got MLB opening day. Nerfies.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we might.
Sweet 16. Banditos back at it. Sabres back at it at home. Here we go.
We might have to have some live Nerfy watches right after the show when 1 p.m. games are kicking off.
Why would we not? Why would we not? Especially that Friday or one of those days is going to be like a big slate. So we're going to figure it out. We're going to listen. If we can gamble on this show, with a shout out to our bosses here at Herd of Buffalo, Buckle Media, Trainer Sports, we're most definitely going to do it. Huge shout out to our audience: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. Huge shout out, producer Rachel. We're good. We made it good. We made it, Rachel. We good?
No,
let's go.
No monitor falling. It looks secure.
We're safe. I never want to say someone wasn't under attack. I don't want to speak for them not being under attack. So I think we avoided Rachel getting attacked.
Should we post the clip? Yeah, so people know what our team goes through to make this an amazing show.
My sacrifice.
Yeah, we got to. Live production isn't easy, folks.
Yeah, people are going to think, again, we're like purposefully breaking monitors. After Slick smashing his outside Sports City. This one, we don't.
It did will us to a win. Big comeback. Way to put the team first.
This one, Rachel might need her revenge on this monitor.
Rachel's revenge would be a great train wreck today sequel. We'll have to come up with that for sure. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for much more. We also have Bison's opening day. We got all kinds of fun happening. So make sure you're strapped in. Herd of Buffalo. Make sure you're following all the sub networks. Herd Around Town. Herd of Holidays and more. We got Dingus Day coming up just 2 weeks away, and that's 2 week notice for that scumbag Brandon Hagel, who's going to walk into KeyBank Center and get got when we put his head on a pike. But with that said, hope you have a great rest of your week. Hope you have a great start to your week. And there's only one way to do that, boys. And that's to start by having a good day now.
Son of a bitch.